Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to the second session.
Probably. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to the second session of our reading and discussion. So last time we left it at Bhagavad Gita is a Gita Upanishad and how to find out the correct translation of Bhagavad Gita we can read and practice about. Now this time we will continue from the next paragraph. Madhavi, would you like to read?
Yes, brother.
So we'll start from here.
The spirit of Bhagavad Gita is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita itself. It is just like this. If we want to take a particular medicine, then we have to follow the directions written on the label. We cannot take the medicine according to our own whim or the direction of a friend. It must be taken according to the directions on the label, directions given by a physician. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita should be taken or accepted as it is directed by the speaker himself. The speaker of Bhagavad Gita is Lord Shri Krishna. He is mentioned on every page of Bhagavad Gita as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. Of course, the word Bhagavan sometimes refers to any powerful person or any powerful demigod, and certainly here Bhagavan designates Lord Shri Krishna as a great personality. But at the same time, we should know that Lord Shri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as is confirmed by all great acharyas, spiritual masters, like Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarka Swami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and many other authorities of Vedic knowledge in India. The Lord himself also establishes himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the Bhagavad Gita, and he is accepted as such in the Brahma Samhita and all the Puranas, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Bhagavata Purana, Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam. Therefore, we should take Bhagavad Gita as it is directed by the personality of Godhead himself. In the fourth chapter of the Gita, the Lord says, Imam vivasvati yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manurikshvake ikshvake kave bravi evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakale neha mahata yoganashta parantapa saevayam mayatitya yoga prokta puratana Bhaktosime sakacheti rahasyam hi taduttamam. Here the Lord informs Arjuna that this system of yoga, the Bhagavad Gita, was first spoken to the sun god, and the sun god explained it to Manu, and Manu explained it to Ikshvaku, and in that way, by disciplic succession, one speaker after another, this yoga system has been coming down. But in the course of time, it has become lost. Consequently, the Lord has to speak it again, this time to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So, I have a lot of questions here.
We can try to summarize here what we read and then we can ask questions. Or I can summarize as well. If you want.
Okay, Prabhu.
Do you want to summarize?
No, you can summarize, Prabhu. No, but if you summarize, then I won't have questions, I think.
No, you can ask questions. I will just summarize, then we can ask go deeper.
Okay.
So here, Prabhupada, as we discussed in the last session, that Prabhupada is telling how one can understand Bhagavad Gita. So if you take buy a medicine, the medicine the physician gives. So similarly, Bhagavad Gita is like a medicine where the prescription is also given in the Bhagavad Gita itself. And Prabhupada quotes this verse, 3 verses, and then finally here Krishna says how he is giving this supreme secret. It is actually coming in the next part. Anyways, here it says, Bhakto asi me saka cheti. So saka cha iti. So Bhaktaha, you are a devotee and you are a Saka, friend as well. And that's why this Rahasyam, Uttamam. So this ultimate secret is actually giving to you. So one has to be a devotee to understand Bhagavad Gita. This is in fourth chapter, first verse to third verse. And the other part is, and why should we believe in Krishna's words? Because Krishna is accepted as supreme personality of Godhead by authorities. So any if you go to a college to study a course, you first find out a university which is accredited by a board, which decides that this university is actually correctly teaching the syllabus. So similarly, in Vedic society, there are great stalwart acharyas, who's Sankaracharya, and Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarkacharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So all these people have claimed that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So we can take his instructions and then we can follow uh, to elevate ourselves. Okay, this is the summary. We can talk about.
Okay, can you please move a little bit down so that I can see full commentary? No, up actually. I want to see up, beginning of the paragraph. Prabhupada is saying many people can be called as Bhagavan. Like, what is the meaning of the word Bhagavan, and why many people can be called as Bhagavan?
Yeah. So the Sanskrit word Bhagavan is actually um, word as Bhaga plus Van. So Bhaga means opulences. So Bhagavan means one who possesses opulences. That's the literal translation of that particular word. What sort of opulences? There are so many opulences. I can possess money. That's also an opulence. I can possess beauty. I can look very beautiful. That's an opulence. And I can be beneficent, like Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa. They renounce everything, and because of that, they've become famous everywhere. That is an opulence, and the one person can also be famous all over the world. That's also an opulence. So whoever possesses opulence, that person can also be called as Bhagavan, just like the word Lord in English. So we used to address different persons as Lord, uh, uh, Mekale, Lord, this, Lord, that, etc. But then we also use the same word Lord for uh, the supreme God as well. So similarly, Bhagavan is like that. So whoever possesses some sort of opulence, they can be addressed as Bhagavan. But in its essence, Bhagavan, the word is addressing to a chief entity, that is Supreme Personality of Godhead, because he possesses all the opulences. He is so beautiful that nobody can become more beautiful than him. He is unlimitedly beautiful, and he is unlimitedly rich because the entire universe belongs to him, and he is unlimitedly famous. Even any part of the world, you can see that people are worshipping some or the other. So looking for God. So he is unlimitedly famous all over the universe, and he is renounced in the sense that he is not attached to his fame, or he is not attached to this material world which we live in. He is detached from it, and so all these opulences, different sorts of opulences, because he possesses to the unlimited capacity. The word Bhagavan chiefly addresses the Lord.
Okay, Prabhu. And another thing is, Krishna establishes himself as Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like um, in nowadays, we have so many people who establish themselves as God. So how this here Krishna is different than these people? Like how these people are different from Krishna? How to?
So there are so many persons who are telling themselves or proclaiming themselves as God. How can we understand? Krishna is also saying like that. Looks very similar. How can we understand one is God and the other person is not God? First of all, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives an idea of an avatara. Who is an avatara? How we can find an avatara? When he is talking with, I think, Rupa Goswami or Sanatana Goswami. Anyways, so there he says, first of all, the avatara does not come into the public and then proclaim that he is an avatara. Okay. So here, the talk is between Krishna and Arjuna. He's talking to Arjuna, his own devotee. He did not come to the public and then say, I am Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everyone should just worship me and things like that. First thing, he doesn't claim. Second part is, if a person is claiming to you or public in general that he is God, he should own the responsibility of proving that to you. If Krishna uh, does not come to you and then say he is God, he does not need to prove to you that he is God. But if somebody is coming to you and then telling that he is God, then you should question him to prove him. How you can ask him to prove him? Maybe you have to ask him to do something impossible, not like some vibhuti or what is that? This ashes out of thin air I produce and then I give it to you or something like that. A simple magician can do those kind of sort of tricks. But you have to do something impossible, like lift a mountain or make sun appear in the west or make the world stop. So you have to ask him to do something impossible task, if he is saying. Or in the modern context, the other impossible task is, in computer science, we have something called NP-complete problem. So there are so many NP-complete problems, which means you cannot solve a problem in a polynomial time. So you can ask him to solve one problem. If you find one solution to one NP-complete problem, there's like thousands of NP-complete problems out there which can be solved. Or people, scientists are looking for it. So somebody is claiming, you can ask him to solve those sort of things. So otherwise, don't believe in somebody coming to you and then claiming that he is God and things like that.
But when I was in India, I met some of the disciples of some person, and who was claiming himself God. I won't tell his name. And I was talking to this lady. She was like in her 30s, young lady, and she told she was a massage, like she used to do massage for that person. And I told, why do you worship that person? Like, why he has so big congregation of followers and all. Then she told that um, he is God, so I'm doing my service. And then I told her, then why you don't ask him to do something, like show his universal form or something? Then she told that, yeah, we asked him to do that. I also asked him, but he told, if you see my universal form, you won't be able to survive. But I want you to live, so I won't show you. Something like this he told. All the time he tells like this and then doesn't show.
Yeah, I mean, if he says that you cannot bear the full form that if I show you or some universal form, then you can tell him that you are God. You can make impossible things possible. You can make me qualified, and then you can make me realize that as well. So people just use some tricky words to escape from uh, proving something. If one is intelligent, he can find. But then someone can question, did Krishna show it? Yes, in Mahabharata we can read that Krishna is showing all his universal form. He lifted an entire over that mountain. He killed so many demons and things like that. He did impossible things. And he showed a universal form where the entire universe is in one place. Past, present, future, all the time is in one place. You see that? That's an impossible task. So
what you said? What you said? Like
which part?
Like all the universes in one place. What you said?
Universal form is basically the entire material creation is in one place. So you can, sitting in one place, you can see everything, observe, right? And not only that, time is also there, past, present, and future. Everything you can observe in one place. There's something which we have not encountered in our experience at all. How can you see past, future, present, everything at one time? So these are, very glorious things, impossible things which Krishna has shown. And I mean, people can question that, we are not able to see Krishna now. How can you say that? But then, we have followers of Krishna who are dedicated in their life and who are renounced from this material life. So if somebody is claiming God, he should also have followers who are also renounced from this world. They should be very much renounced and based on their quality, very pure in heart. Based on their quality itself, you can see the person whom he is worshipping is actually a great personality. We have, as mentioned, great personalities here who Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarkacharya, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All these are great renunciants, and they are not attached to this material world, and they are attached to the Supreme God. Based on that, we take Krishna as God.
So I have a question on that as well, but first I want to clarify why Krishna establishes himself as Supreme God. Like, it feels like he's a little bit selfish or something.
Yeah, he talks about himself because if God does not come and tell you he is God, there is no way you and I can understand who is God. For example, if I am, there is one rich person who does not announce his name, but then he does so many things behind the background. He starts so many companies, different companies and things like that. Let's say Bill Gates. If he has not published his name anywhere, but then we know Microsoft, other big companies are all founded by him, some person. If that person does not come and reveal himself, there is no way for us to know. So similarly, if God does not come and tell us, we are like in illusion. We don't know. All we see is this three-dimensional space and world. We cannot get out of this and then try to understand who is God. God has to come himself and then he has to tell, I am God. Otherwise, you won't understand. And that is true. If I say I am a software engineer, would you say that why are you so much proud of yourself or anything like that? No, I am a software engineer and that's the truth. So Krishna is God and that's the truth. And proclaiming the truth is not something you can consider as a pride or anything like that because he has to teach you.
That's a nice answer, Prabhu. But why we have to trust to the words of Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, and all these great people? Like, why? How we can trust to their words?
Because they are great acharyas and their life and conduct are prescribed or more or less their life and pastimes or life and events are in accordance to the Vedas. So whatever the scriptures say, they follow the same thing. And then they are detached from this world. So, and they are pure in the heart. And because of that, you can take their instructions without any confusion. And they are also intelligent person. It's not like they are pure and renounced, but they are stupid people. No, they are great and intelligent. You read Ramanujacharya's Sri Bhasha commentary, it's very still difficult to understand many parts of the commentary. Very, very intelligent he goes. Similarly, Madhvacharya, similarly, Sankaracharya, Bharat Swami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These are great stalwarts. They are very intelligent as well. So we take their instructions and then we follow.
Okay, Prabhu. Can you move the down so that we can? I have question on bottom part. Who is Manu? Who is Ikshvaku? And who is like sun god?
Yeah. So Manu is it's a little bit it goes into different direction. So we have Vedic system divides the time into different yugas. You have Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So currently we are living in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga has started 5,000 years. If you look at modern history book, you can see Stone Age, Iron Age, Copper Age, and different periods are classified as different ages. So similarly, the Vedic system also classifies different periods as different ages based on the uh, quality of that age. So currently we are living in Kali Yuga, which started 5,000 years back, and then it will go up to next 4 lakh, or if you say in Western words, it's going to be 427,000 more years are there for the Kali Yuga to end. After which, again, Satya Yuga starts. Then you have that goes for so long, and then you have Treta Yuga, and then you have Dwapara Yuga, again Kali Yuga. It's a repetition. It goes on a cycle. So this Yuga cycle, this 4 yugas together is called a Yuga cycle. This Yuga cycle combined together, 72 Yuga cycles are called the Manvantara. So every Manvantara is ruled by a person called Manu. Manu, so that person is ruling that entire period through his dynasty. So he becomes the progenitor as well, and he rules over that entire period through his dynasties as well. So his son will rule, his son will rule, his son will rule, his son will rule.
Is he the first man, like in Christianity, Adam and Eve?
Not necessarily, because you have in the day of Brahma, we have 14 Manus. So the first Manu, that is the first person. Okay, in the day of Brahma. So let's actually write down, otherwise it's confusing, right? So you have universe, beginning of universe. From that time, you have
beginning of universe in the sense all the heavenly planets and all the
everything. Beginning of everything.
It's the beginning of Brahma's life.
Yes.
Okay.
So Brahma appears in the beginning of the entire universe, right? So Brahma lives for 100 years of his time. So time changes. Time is not fixed for one. For Brahma, 1 second is different from the time we live in, right? 1 second for us is completely different from Brahma's 1 second. Yeah. He lived for 100 years. And each year consists of 360 days, right? And each day of Brahma, you have 1,000 yugas, okay, approximately 1,000 yugas. And or you can write it in another term as 14 manvantaras. And then you have also night of Brahma, which lasts for the same amount of period, 1,000 yuga period, right? 14 manvantaras. This is equivalent to approximately 1,000 yugas. Approximately, not exactly. Right? So in each 14 manvantara, each manvantara is ruled by a Manu. This is, for example, the first manvantara is called Swayambhuva manvantara, which is ruled by a Manu called Swayambhuva Manu. So he becomes the first person in a day of Brahma. Okay. So every day of Brahma, actually what he does is he does a creation. So this is the beginning of the universe. Basically, beginning of the universe means we have the entire ingredients for creating the different planetary systems are given, right? So then Brahma collects all these ingredients and then creates the entire planetary systems and the different living entities using that ingredients. And that happens every day of Brahma. Every day morning he wakes up and then he does his duty until his night, and then his night goes for sleep. That's where we get this 1,000 yugas.
But Prabhu, 1 second. You said Brahma lived for 100 years, but when he was born, beginning of the universe, was he a 1-year-old child?
So when you are saying 1-year-old child in our time, so the demigods, when they are born, they need not be child and then they become grow and then they become adult and then they become older person and then die. So you don't have old age, disease and all in the heavenly planets. So basically when they are born, they are actually adults and they can understand things.
Oh, so he will take birth like a 30-year-old man and then immediately start
20 years or 16 years, I don't know the exact age, but he's an adult.
After that, he lives for 100 years.
Yes.
Okay. So
and every day he does a creation.
So, but when he was born, it is his first day.
Yes.
So he will start creating.
Yes.
And what he creates, does he create all the heavenly planets and the hellish planets, or partially?
No, everything he creates. Everything he creates, and then he creates different Manus also, and then he different persons also. For example, not different Manus. He creates first the Swayambhu, the first Manu he creates, right? And then he gives him the responsibility to rule over for each Manu is. That's what I'm trying to say. Each Manvantara is 72 yuga cycles, and each yuga equal to each yuga cycle equal to 4 yugas: Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. I will write this in another format so that it becomes very clear. But this is how it is. So he creates the first person, and then he creates Kumaras, he creates Narada Muni, and then he creates several different personalities, and then he gives them responsibility to procreate and further generation, so that all the souls will get chance to live in this world and then experience. So it goes on. Then the second Manvantara is, I forgot the name, and then you have sixth Manvantara is Chakshusha Manvantara, and then seventh Manvantara is called Vaivasvata Manvantara, which is ruled by a Manu called Vaivasvata.
But these Manus are there?
Let me complete one.
Okay.
Vaivasvata Manvantara is ruled by Vaivasvata Manu. Vaivasvata Manu. So we are living in this 28 yuga cycle, and in that Kali Yuga we are living. Yes, go ahead.
So, forgot a little bit. 1 second.
Let me just format it another way. You have the years. Just read it.
So every day he creates the demigods also, like sun god and.
Yes, yes. No, the demigods change for every Manvantara. Every Manvantara, yes, the demigods change. Indra.
So during the day of Brahma, so many demigods keep on changing, huh?
Yes.
Sun god and.
Demigods is basically position. Different living entities, they take different positions. Day of Brahma is equals to 1,000, or let's say 72.
But again, Prabhu, so whole day Brahma will be creating a universe, or he will create and sometimes take rest also?
He keeps on creating different things throughout the day.
Throughout the day.
And takes in charge of some things as well.
Okay. But does he accept vanaprastha or sannyas or something after the age, particularly?
No, there is no vanaprastha sannyas. Okay. Yeah, this is how it is.
And these Manus are the sons of each other, huh? Like, I mean.
Yeah, it could be, because, if you look at Chakshusha Manvantara, at the end of Chakshusha Manvantara, the Vaivasvata was living, Vaivasvata person, right? Sorry, not Vaivasvata. Vivaswan.
So, sun god, no?
Vaivasvata the sun god. So he was living there, and then Matsya Avatar. So there was a big flood that was destroying the entire universe, the entire 3 planetary systems. So Lord Matsya took him, and along with some other things, sages, I think, in a boat, and then he was helping them survive that destruction. And then the seventh Manvantara is again started by the Manu. Vaivasvata. Here, Vivaswan is the sun god, and then Shwaku is being instructed.
It says we have 4
Yeah,
minutes. From
he's the son of Vaivasvata Manu.
Oh, okay.
So
But
in one sense, you can say he's the first man in the sense that in this Manvantara, he becomes the first man for us. And everyone is a descendant of that Manu. That's how it is. Okay.
okay. Yes, Prabhu.
So we will continue from he tells Arjuna from next time. And we'll continue from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. And we have 4 minutes. I'll ask you, how do you remember all these things like by heart?
So it is actually mercy of my Gurudev, who is His Holiness Banaswami Maharaj. He actually gives the knowledge in a very systematic way and the essence of everything in a concise way, and then he repeatedly gives that. So when I attend this class, I get the basic understanding of everything, and then the detailed understanding when you're reading, you get it. So if you just go get lost, if you go read on our own, we'll get lost into the details. So we won't have a holistic picture of what is there. So it is good to learn under a scholarly a devotee. And Banu Maharaj is actually a scholarly devotee. So because of his mercy, I was able to understand the holistic picture. Then you go and read it, then you will understand deeper details as well. So that's how you remember. For example, I don't remember the detail that Ikshwak was son of Manu. So, but I know it is explained in 4.1. So you go and check that, you can find out that he is the son of Vaivasvata Manu.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay. We'll continue.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone.